Hello and welcome to this Adobe Photoshop beginner course. We've been discussing uh, the tools. Today we'll be discussing on the crop and slide tools. So we may not be covering all because I individually don't use most of these tools. So I use just I think few inside. So I'll discuss the one I know. First in the tools we have the crop tool under the crop and selection tool and slide tools. The crop tools enables you to crop your image, to crop your whatever it is you want to crop to your desired shape. Okay, so you can also input measurement here. So like if I say 1620, so it means this image is already at 1620. So if I just crop it, automatically crops. So what if I want it at let's say 5 by 7, sorry, by 7. So you see this is 5 by 7 selection. So you can automatically do that cropping, or you can just make a drag by yourself, just adjust it the way you want and crop it. So cropping image enables that is for photographers, enables them to have a sharper image, a image that has a good way of the output depending on what they want. Okay, but when you're also designing, there's at times where you need to crop and all that. So crop tool is a very important tool in Photoshop. So depending on what you want, you use the crop tool and you cropped your object. Okay, so that is the crop tool. And we have the perspective crop. There are some instances and sometimes whereby the place you want to crop is having some, maybe like this image is already having a coverage everywhere. So let's say it's this place I'm interested to cut more so that I don't affect the head or this side. So what you do in this situation, you use the perspective crop tools. Now if I click here, I'll also need to click here. I'll also need to click here. Then I'll also need to, maybe let's say it's this place I don't want to be in the equation, or I want it to be lower like this. So once I do this, the exact thing I do, that is what I can also make adjustment, maybe drag it like this. I can make adjustment. Once I'm done with my adjustment, I can now click on OK. So it's going to also crop this portion out for me. So the perspective crop allows you to pick 4 points. Okay, it allows you to pick 4 point. Now you see, another thing with it is that it's going to also change the perspective of the image. So the image has changed perspective. So the image changed perspective. So that's what it means. It also you allows you to choose 4 points, and then at the end it changed the perspective of the image. So I think this one it requires a level of mastery for you to be able to master and get the perspective you want to get while working with this. Okay, so that is that for that. And then we'll move to the next tool, which is a slide tools. Okay, let's deselect this and go back to the previous. Okay, so this was the previous image, and if you go back now, you see that the image have a change in perspective. So what I know a little bit about this slide tool is more like, yeah, you divide an image or a layout into similar sections, okay, so that you can export them, optimize, and individually. So um so you can see this image is divided. Okay, so let's say two. So you see that the two of them are slice and optimize. So you see, they are the same image, but then I just decided to use that as an example. So I've been able to divide them and select. So now the other one, which is the slide select tool, which will make selection of the one now individually. I think once this one is selected, you can export it, and once this one is selected, you can export it. So basically, this is just the little I understand about the slide and then the slide select tools. So basically these are what I know you can use this to do. You can use it to do. This is just trying to show you what it does. Okay. So with time as we go, we'll be using some of them. Some of the tools I don't even use them, but some of them just for the purpose of you knowing what this tool is for and what this tool is for. That's why I'm taking my time to explain these tools. Basically, these are few I have for the slice and crop tools. So I will see you on the other hand when we'll be discussing the measurement tools. So keep in touch and see you there.